Well, and it is funny, too, because you think about the fact that, like, a lot of people who aren't Christians will say, well, I can't be a Christian because, why would a God allow, all these bad things to happen? And it's not to say that we as Christians can solve all the world's problems, but we can definitely say that we're not solving most of them, like even the ones that we could. Like, I mean, as Christians, I feel like, maybe the answer is the reason why God is allowing these things to happen is because he's not allowing it, but he's urging us to do something about it, and we're not doing it.
Yes.
Like, if we're supposed to be God's hands and feet, the answer isn't like, well, okay, God is going to, miraculously end world hunger. No, what God's going to do is God's going to put a yearning in somebody's heart to, start doing something that's going to be able to ship food over to these third world countries who don't have food. That's God's answer. And it's us not answering that call as opposed to, and that's myself even too. Like, I know there are plenty of times where I felt like God laid on my heart to do something that I just, was either too lazy or just thought was just too big of a task to do. And so I didn't. I'm really feeling the weight of that too. Like, there are things that I can be doing that I'm not doing.
And that's what Jesus did. I mean, how many scriptures and how many times did he talk about the poor, giving to the poor, dealing with the poor? And so the thing is like, we have to serve. And if we're not serving, you're not being used. And I think there's a little bit of this buddy system in Christianity to think, well, I was nice to this guy at Starbucks, and I was being a
so that counts, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So can I cross off,
for your whole life?
Yeah. Can I check box, being a good Christian that, I think people that just believe in religion, just as a general faith system, just believe in religion, would say, well, I'm a good person, right? Mm-hmm. Like that, like being a good person has nothing to do with any of this stuff. Because when it comes down to what Christianity is about faith, it is about sacrifice, it is about giving. If you're not doing those things, then you're missing out on the whole thing. And when I say that you're missing out on it, I'm saying I've been a Christian my whole life, but before I started serving, I was not being used, and I was missing out on what that does, because some of that stuff, you can't measure it.
Yeah.
It's not about having really cool pictures to put up on your on your Instagram of black children that you're holding. It's not about here's a picture of me to post on Twitter of me handing a sandwich to a homeless person. It's about the whole entire process of what God is doing in you when He's using you, and how that's being sown into someone else's life.